to a quick tutorial on using the Easy Interactive tools for your Epson projector. As soon as you open up the Easy Interactive Tools software, this menu is going to pop up, giving you your options of what you would like to do. Are you interested in doing some desktop annotation right on your computer screen? Using a new whiteboard mode, opening up a file, looking at your recent files using a document camera, or jumping to your web browser. And we're going to go through these together. Let's start with desktop annotation. When I do that, I'm simply able to use the floating toolbars to write right on my desktop. This will allow me to ink and be able to capture and save anything that I'm inking. This is really good if you're trying to maybe show students how to navigate specific files or specific places in tutorials within their desktop mode. If I was to go back to the home button, I can also open the new whiteboard mode, but it's interactive with my PC. This gives me a few more tools than just the straight whiteboard mode when I fire up the projector. So what I can see here on the right hand side is I do have a floating toolbar with some options. First one is I can add some different shapes and I'm able to change the colors. This is great for creating mind maps and webs. I'm able to use my shape features, different connectors and lines. We can do some class brainstorming. We can do these different pieces. It just lets me, maybe I'm making some mathematics manipulatives. Doesn't matter what that is. I can put that on here. Keep in mind, I'll be able to save anything that I make. I can also insert some text on the page, which is lovely. It will give me a floating toolbar so that if you are just working straight off the projector and the screen, you can do that. Or if you want to type from your PC, you're welcome to do that as well. And again, I can control the different text fonts. I can control the text sizes, bolding, highlighting, all of those different pieces. I also have my select tool. This allows me to move, to resize, to perhaps change anything that I'm doing. Whenever I have the select tool on, I am given a small black arrow. And what this will let me do is select more. This is my menus option for that item. This will allow me to duplicate, create an infinite cloner, but this is also where I delete something. And so if I didn't want this pink line, I could go ahead and I can delete that. I have the same pen options, the custom pen, the highlighter, and the quick select black, red, and blue pens that I did in the whiteboard mode, as well as I have my eraser, and I have where I can clear everything on the screen. So those options we know. Now, the ones that are down here is if I'd like to always show my toolbar or not always show my toolbar. This allows me to have a hidden toolbar where I can have this page show up here. I have to click to be able to have them reappear, or I can lock it so that they're always there, which makes things really easy. The nice thing about the interactive mode is I now have some additional features at the top in the Command Toolbar. And so I just want to go through what those ones are. The home screen is simply that. It's my home screen that allows me to navigate what type of interactive tool that I'm using. New is simply a new file, a new page in the whiteboard mode if I want to be able to do that. I can open up an existing whiteboard file. You'll notice that on the computer that you have the Easy Interactive tools installed, it'll be saved in the documents on that computer under a folder called Easy Interactive Tools. This is where I'll save, and I'll demonstrate that once I have some materials. And then this is where I can navigate through my slides. So if I was to put something in here, like maybe I have some shapes, and we're going to do some, I'll put some text in here, any of those different types of things. Again, it's going to save everything on the page. What will happen is I can navigate the list of the pages on the side if I have completed multiple pages that I want to be able to go through. If I do want to add a new page, I can do that. I can also duplicate pages and delete pages. I can navigate up and down through the pages simply with these arrows. So very similar to when we have our smart notebook files, I can build and construct different types of pages right within here in this whiteboard mode. It's really great if you do have maybe perhaps multiple days of notes or some tutorials and things that you're trying to keep track of. The other tools feature is quite nice because this is where I can enlarge a specific area. It'll just blow that up for me to be able to zoom in if I'm doing some things like some diagrams, some dissections, anything like that. Same thing with a spotlight. I can drag this around on my page and I can have be able to have attention drawn to a specific place, which is really nice. I can go ahead and I can select a background. The backgrounds it'll let me choose from is the standard white or black pages, as well as like kind of a chalkboard green, but there is some nice lined paper, graphing paper things for mathematics and different note composition. I can choose though from my desktop. I can also open an image from a file, or I can take an image from my camera, especially if a document camera, I can do that. From a file is nice because I can go ahead and I can find an educational picture that I'd like to serve as my particular background. So you have those different options, which is really nice because now you can go ahead and you can annotate right on that image that you've saved. So in this particular case, if I was going to choose a background, perhaps for studying the inner ear, I could have my entire background be the diagram of the ear, and we can go ahead and we can use those different annotation tools to mark it up, put on our notes, keep track of those different pieces. Additionally, I can also just put an image on the page that is movable. So if I wanted to be able to have another image, maybe not the diagram of the ear as the background, but I wanted to put this on here, now I can, of course, move it around, manipulate it, change the size of this particular image so that I don't have to have it be as an entire background. So the choice is yours. You're able to choose to do that. If I was going to go to another page, I go ahead and put that same picture. Now it's just an image on the page, and I can have that be in there that's now movable, and I can label and do it that way. Um, I also want to show you that you do have the capture and the camera. There'll be a separate tutorial for that, but it's really nice because it's going to capture whatever has been saved on your page. So that's very handy. And you can also use any type of document camera that you wanted to be able to use just to see if you were able to, and this one doesn't like this particular camera. If you have an external document camera, there'll be a separate tutorial for that. Finally, if I wanted to save this file, I would just simply say save or save as, and what it'll do is it's now going to put it in that easy interactive tools right on this computer. I can call it whatever type of file I want, and I can save that. So next time if I was going to go to um, I wanted to open up a new page, or maybe I wanted to come back to those notes before, I can go open and it'll pull it right up for you so that I can open up this file and be able to use it. So very simple to use the interactive tools. It's just in front of you and very friendly to be able to click through and try.